Hello YouTube and welcome to the stream. I've been a little bit lazy putting the YouTube live on, so I'm glad to be back. Here we are. You didn't see me, but here I am. Only the most knowledgeable people will know the reference to that. But hey, good day YouTube as well. We've been busy. We've been busy. We basically, I wrote these little beautiful paint notes of where we're at right now. We have dedicated server, and the dedicated server is hosted. That's what's happening right now. It took a full workday for me to figure out how to run the Linux server and how to kind of like do the commands and how to kind of like get by. I don't have any experience with Linux, so now I know how to run it. And we got everything running. Then we had major issues with how Unity handles kind of like the version and kind of like the similarity between the the server and the client. So I had this freaking blanket error for the longest time. It basically, whenever I had my server running, it was up and running, and I tried to join with the client. What it basically said when I was trying to connect, it said that there's a version mismatch. That's the kind of the error, the blanket error I got for the longest time. It took me a few hours to figure it out. So by the end of the kind of figuring out the kind of the fixing solution was that the kind of the scene layout had to be exactly the same. So, when I started working on the dedicated server, I was like, okay, so I should probably disable all the components, all the game objects, all the shit that I won't be needing on the headless server. Well, turns out that was kind of a mistake. Because in order for the netcode for game objects to work with the Unity framework, you gotta have basically exact same kind of layout on both of the scenes, and if you don't do that, well, then the server's gonna be nope, that's not gonna happen. There's a version mismatch. Try again. And it's a really pain in the ass to kind of debug, because it doesn't tell you where the problem is. It doesn't tell you. It just doesn't. How I got it working first was that I kind of disabled. There's some options here in the network manager. I can show you. You can kind of disable some networking object, kind of network options. What the hell are we? What are we loading? All right. So basically, what you can do, what I did, is that here under network manager, there's this option of enable scene management. So I unchecked this, and I also unchecked this force same prefabs. And by unchecking these, I got in. It felt the best thing ever. It felt like the best thing ever. But I had this weirdest problem. The world which I joined had no networked objects, no network objects whatsoever. So basically, there was no loot, there was no minerals, no fishing poles, no banks whatsoever. And I was like, all right, so this is an empty canvas. It was basically an empty canvas, and I was running there oh my god, this is the worst. Then I really I chatted a lot with ChatGPT to kind of understand what the fuck's going on, and it turned out kind of this default network free prefabs asset was to blame, at least according to ChatGPT. This is the list that Unity is kind of updating about all the network objects in your game, and this list needs to be exactly the same. It needs to be exactly the same, in between of the client and the server, because these are hashed, so they all have a hash in the asset. And they're unique, so if anything's different, if any of the hashes don't match, if any of even if the order of these don't match, it can cause it to stir out of control, and you get the headless or you get the debug log of mismatch version. So yeah, I was kind of like, I was really trying to like, you know, make it the same and make it exact, and like I just couldn't figure it out. It took me many hours to kind of like try and trial it out, and we just got the same error, and I was losing my mind. How I got it to work at the end of the day was by scrapping the different kind of like branch I had for the dedicated server. I just like let it be, and I came back to the client, the kind of like the client, you know, this version of the game, and I copied this branch, and then I did like the bare minimum changes. I did the very bare minimum changes that you need to do. You need to do to, you know, run the headless server, and I pushed that, and boom, it worked. That was kind of like the way to go. I got the server running. I joined. The network objects were there, but there was still one problem. The in-scene objects were completely off. So if you guys want to see what that looks like, this is what we had. So I was in the middle of Manala, which is the wilderness of the game, and in the middle of the freaking Manala there was the bank's chest, the chest of the bank, you know. I was like, yeah, so this is not supposed to be here. Like it was like, you know, like offset from the like regular place, like 40 x coordinates and 40 z axis, you know. It was like completely off, and I was like, what the hell is going on, dude? And it turned out the issue was the other selection in the network manager. So it was this scene management, enable scene management. So if you uncheck this, which I did, I just wanted to, you know, like get the game working. So I was unchecking a lot of these shits. So if you have this unchecked, it turns out it doesn't properly sync your scene. So there was some difference between how the server handled the scene management or the scene loading and how the clients handled the scene loading. So there it was. All the in-scene network objects were off. And when I put it back on, I got the version mismatch again. I think that's what's happened. So I got the version mismatch again. I can't remember how I figured it out like that time, but we got it working. I started adding like all the pieces that I was leaving behind in testing, and I finally got it working. So that's basically where we're at. I had a couple of other things. One of the major ones was that the player animator was not kind of like, I think there were some like prefab issues, which boiled down to the fact that whenever you were kind of like joining the game, I think the kind of like the server or whatnot, they didn't know like what was in there. Like the references inside the prefab weren't completely intact. Like I've been doing some changes, like on a different view, you know, when you have prefab inside prefab, you gotta like remember to override the settings where they need to be, you know, if they are network objects, because that's what the Unity netcode is looking at. If you don't have the references inside the prefabs, well, then you can get null refs. So that's what I got. I think that was the issue. Yeah, then I got the characters working. And yeah, it actually took a lot of work. I was feeling like crazy frustrated, but I got it working. And there's still a couple issues, and I haven't tested it that much because I didn't know how to fix the one bug that is very, very much alive in the dedicated server. So yeah, there it is. Sorry about the yap. I just wanted to let you guys know what I've been working on. Code Red Games online seems like a lot of work. Yeah, it's. I think if you know what you're doing, like if you have a lot of experience, it's not bad. But the thing is that when you don't have that experience, like getting started and kind of like getting to good working habits, it takes a lot of time. Like I think I'm still like very much learning how to develop multiplayer games, because you can be like really inefficient. And this is actually something we kind of like learned the hard way as well, is that if you don't know kind of like how to work, you're gonna end up doing things multiple times. So what we did first was that we were kind of like self-hosting with Unity's netcode for game objects. So I'm just gonna say it UNGO. Self-hosting. This is the easiest way to, you know, like test out multiplayer. So what you do is you basically act like the server. But there is a big problem with this. There is a huge problem with this, and nobody really. I didn't get any advice on this. Maybe somebody said something, maybe not. I don't think anyone like really said anything about this. So I heard it. I learned it the hard way. So when you're self-hosting, this is what it boils down to. Basically, when you're like coding, you do these checks. This is what they basically teach you in all the documentation and all the videos. You do these kind of like if is server. You can do this check. You can do if it's owner. You can do all these, you know, things. If it's, you know, like is there I think you can do is client basically. You can do these checks. All right. But the problem isn't this. The problem is that when you are self-hosting, you are this. You are this and you're also this. So what happens is that let's say you are doing some player data logic. So for example, you are let's say that you want to, for example, like initialize your inventory, or you want to initialize your equipment or something like that. Now, when you are self-hosting and trying it out, things appear better than they are. that's what I'm trying to say. Like when you are self-hosting, you are the server, but you are also the owner, so you're gonna kind of like run both of the logic. So you could do like, if you're on server, you're gonna be like, all right, so we're gonna like load your inventory and we're gonna, you know, like do all the stuff that we want only the server to do. And then if we are owners, so that means that we are kind of like, we are the playing client, we are the local client, you know, this is the logic for that. Then we're gonna kind of like show like UI, for example, like set up inventory. You know the gist. You know the gist. And when you're self-hosting, like everything's working, like everything's like, oh my god, I'm so fucking good. And if you don't pay attention, you can put in a lot of work and thinking everything works, when in reality it doesn't. The hardest part of making multiplayer games is to get enough players to sustain the game. I think that's really the case if your game requires other players. And I'm gonna be working hard to make sure that my game can be played solo. Yeah, but that's true. That is true. So if your game needs other players, that is kind of like it can be dead on arrival. If you don't have anyone there and you need other players, well, your game is dead. That's what the gamers say. Your game is dead. But if you can play the game, if you can have fun with it without others, despite it being a multiplayer game, I don't think it matters that much. Yeah, exactly, Code Red Games, exactly. Does its owner mean that the client has authority over the object? Yes. Yes, exactly. That's what it means. So yeah, this is kind of like the thing, like you're self-hosting on editor, for example, everything's working, like it's just like, oh my god, this is so much fun. And then you build. So this is the kind of like, development cycle I did. So first I did self-hosting. So this is what I did first. Then I did builds. And I also like this is the builds already kind of like start to show if you have problems with this. If you have problems with the self-host being the server fundamentally. So that's basically what I learned first. This was in the alpha version. So when we were done with the alpha at the turn of the year, I realized that, all right, so I did some builds and I realized that, okay, so the client logic doesn't work. So when you build your game and you join as a client, you are gonna be only the owner. That's really the only thing you're gonna be. You own your own player object. That's basically it. And the server logic is gonna be run on the server, like you can kind of like anticipate. So this is the first place where I started realizing, okay, so you gotta like do builds to understand if your logic is actually working in the multiplayer. But there is another one. Like now I realized that even the builds which we did second isn't enough. Even this isn't enough. Like you should do the third thing at least some of the time, which is the dedicated server. So the dedicated server has some other caveats I didn't know of. First and foremost, probably was the case that when you are self-hosting and joining with your own PC as a client, in Unity's netcode for game objects, you are still authenticated as one user. So this is something I learned the hard way as well, and this is actually something I still haven't fixed to the game. It's kind of like an ongoing thing that needs to be addressed at some point. So basically, when you're doing builds, the problem is you are like Unity's NGO considers like authenticates you as one user. So when my game has, you know, like we have logic where you can do an account, you can authenticate into that account, and we store your data in cloud, basically. So we have persistence, we have saves for your character. But here's the big but. When you are self-hosting, so let's say that I am hosting on Unity Editor. I'm doing here and I'm starting a local server, and I do builds like we did on the second version. So we're doing builds. They are independent entities from the server, so it's not like it's run on the editor. I'm doing builds and I'm joining as client. I'm authenticating, I'm basically using my credentials. I'm logging in as another player, blah, 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 blah. I can do another, like, you know, I can open up another client and join in as yet another, like, authenticated person. But this is something I still kind of like haven't wrapped my head around, is the fact that because I am self-hosting, what ends up happening is that only the authenticated, the one who is hosting, only that one matters. Kind of like, so this is what I'm kind of like struggling to conceptualize, is that what ends up happening is that I can authenticate as, let's say that I'm a player B or as a client, and player A is the one who is hosting. What ends up happening is that the player B gets exact same saves. I'm talking about exact same save file as the player who is hosting. So I was like fucking mind blown. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, I tried everything. I freaking tried everything. I asked, like, I had long and hard conversations with AI. Like, what is going on? Like, why are the other clients getting the host's save file? Like, why is it happening? And what I think, like, you need to try to make me understand, like, by saying that. So even if you're like authenticating with other as other users, it's only the server who kind of like logs in as a unique credentials or something like that. It's only the server who has authority to do that. So now we're kind of like fucked. And if we want to do like cloud saves the right way, you gotta do it like with some freaking API that Unity kind of like provides. But yeah, so it's a fucking mess. So I cut some corners to make it work. The saving does work now. But if I like now started to do it again, I would do it like the right way. And so even the building kind of like workflow isn't enough. In some cases, you gotta do the dedicated server to kind of like understand if something is handled properly. So now we are at the point where we have a dedicated server. I'm kind of like thinking like maybe it would make sense to kind of like self-host a headless server. I'm kind of like thinking like maybe this would be maybe this would be the best way, you know, like I would host the server like myself, and then I could like quickly just like, you know, like update it and put it up and running. Maybe that would be the best workflow. Because let me tell you what, uploading to a cloud, every patch I do, and I think I'm pretty fast at it now. I think I'm pretty fast at like updating the server. The cloud kind of like build slash kind of like update. It takes like 5 to 10 minutes. So if you're like, kind of like doing these like minor tweaks and you're trying to get something work, it's 5 to 10 minutes each time. It's 5 to 10 minutes each time, so it's really time consuming. And it's a pain. It's a pain. So there it is. Project Zomboid, for example, don't need other players, but it's more fun with others. Have you tried Fishnet? What is Fishnet? I don't know. Alright, but enough of that. This is kind of like the lessons that I've been learning. I wouldn't change it necessarily. I think it's been valuable. What takes 5 to 10 minutes? The whole process. So basically, I need to swap branches. I need to swap branches. Do the thingy, whatever we wanna do. Then we need to build, upload, and then kind of like run it. This takes 5 to 10 minutes. Yep. I work with ATM machines, and it often takes 5 to 10 minutes to test change because machine needs to start up and initialize all the modules. So this is my daily thing. Yeah, exactly. So CodeRad knows exactly what's up. Yeah, updating the dedicated server, it takes 5 to 10 minutes with all the steps. You could automate that with GitHub Actions. Yeah, I reckon you could. Yeah, I reckon you could. All right, but that's stuff for another day. But hey, here we are. Okay, so I want to do some development as well. So I went for a little bit of a rant there. I don't know if anyone cared, but I think I needed to get that off my chest. I needed to get it off my chest. We have new animations, and we're gonna put those in place now. So let's start with, I don't know, let's start with Kokko. Ilumski has been absolutely popping off with the animations, so let's do our part by being a good developer and putting them in place. So here we have Kokko. I cared, hey, I appreciate it. New is often trying to find small dumb mistakes. True. Alright, so let's go into our animation layout. we have our shackled Kokko here. And if we take the animator, I think it's in under pelvis. We should be, if Illuminski's been popping off, we should see the attack here. And yes, we do. Here is the attack. Let's see what it looks like. Oh shit, dude! Illuminski's been popping off, dude. Everything's perfect. Everything's perfect. Like no missing components. We don't need to do any, you know, like x-axis tweaks. Like we don't need to flip it. Everything looks really good. Let's look at the animator. So we have the Kokko attack here, but we don't have the shit to handle the shit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this, and we're gonna go say hi to some other animator which already has the logic. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to we could do low. I think low is probably. I think we could do low here. So we have this kind of we have this kind of like thing going. So I'm gonna copy this whole thing, and we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to Kokko. Gonna go back under his pelvis, and I'm just gonna paste this shit here. And I think we can just change these names a little bit to make sense of it. So this is gonna be the Kokko idle. And basically we're just gonna change this into this. So a Kokko idle. A Kokko idle. So I'm just gonna change that to that. I'm gonna remove this bad boy and put the transition in to the state machine, and this is gonna have a condition of is moving true. There it is. And Kokko idle is gonna be the default thing. So basically that's it. Then we're going from any state to the idle mirrored or the fight idle. So what we need, what we're gonna put here is we're gonna put the same thing. So we're gonna do the Kokko idle. We're also gonna do the Kokko idle here because we don't have the mirrored one, but we should never need it really. We should never need the, because it's not attacking. In the future we can add the kind of like the flipped version, but right now Kokko never attacks you, so we don't really need the other point of view or the other angle. And then we're gonna do the attack, which is gonna be the new attack. So Kokko attack, and that should be it basically. So we're gonna go from combat trigger mirrored into the idle, and then we're gonna do with the attack trigger, we're gonna do the attack animation, and we can escape without exit time back into idle, like so. That should basically work. The only thing really left to check out is to see how the timing is. I have no idea how the timing is, so let's go try it out. Let's go try it out. So I'm gonna put myself into Kalman Kangat. And let's go see how the timing is. Let's go see how the timing is. So we are self-hosting. This is fun. I wish it was this fun in the freaking dedicated server. Alright, so attacking. Oh, it looks so good, man. The animation is on point. It's a little slow. It's not bad, but it's a little slow. So let's try to tweak the number a little bit. Let's try something like 1.2. No, I don't. I have a wonderful artist working for me on this. He's done. He's basically done the characters into the game together with his fiance. So that's pretty damn close. Maybe just a tad more. Let's try 1.3. Let's try that. Okay, Black Shadow's trying to get me. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. Alright, let's see how this guy is. Okay, so it's still. Is it updating? Feels like it doesn't update. It feels like it doesn't update. Maybe I'm tripping. Let's make it like a lot faster. So let's do like 2 to see if it's really like changing. Let's see if it's changing. So now it should be like a lot faster. But hey, how's Code Rat Gaming and Seiko doing? Seiko had an interesting weekend. Oh yeah, it is updating. Okay, so it turns out like 2 is actually like... The 2 is actually perfect. Yeah, I love it. He looks badass, dude. He looks badass. Absolutely badass. Alright, so we're gonna go with the 2. So 2 is the value. Gonna crank up that to 2 as well. And let's do some pushing. Kokko animation is now in place. And also I don't want to update the game scene. Kokko animation is now in place. Made it 2x speed to match the damage number occurrence. There it is. Let's see if we have anything else stored here. No. Seiko had an interesting weekend. Released a big update for our game on Friday. Played some board games with friends on Saturday. Then caught a food poisoning from a burger place. Saturday was hell as we had invited grandmas and brother incorporated to celebrate Mother's Day at our place, and I was not feeling well. Shit! Hey, name drop the restaurant, so I know everyone knows who to blame and who to dodge. All right, so we have the animator intact on Kokko. Let's say hi to our little friend called Son of... No, we have Son of Tuonela already. Who are we missing? I'm gonna check out. Oh yeah, we are missing Ayatar and Louhi. Alright. So Ayatar and Louhi. Ayatar and Louhi, let's go say hi to the bosses. So both of our bosses needs a little bit of a... Louhi should be really easy because she already has the things working. What we're missing is her new animation, basically. So Louhi fight animation. I think we're talking about looking at this, so let's go with that. And we probably don't have her mirrored one, so let's take a look at it. Animation layout, and let's see how she is. Is this the correct? Game object? So I think we can probably see it here. So yeah, that looks alright. Then we have fight animation. Yeah, so there it is. This is the one Ilomski did. It's clean, it's simple, it's effective. So alright, so this is basically what this is this is the correct version. Kind of like the attacker version. So we gotta give this another version. So this is the fight animation. We're gonna do another version. Arts, animations, NPC, boss. So this is gonna be Louhi. Fight animation. Mirrored 2. I'm just gonna name it 2 so we still have the old version. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna press the record and just give this value a -3, and as you can see we kind of like flipped a little bit outside of the position, so I'm gonna give it a little bit of a tweak. I think 0 looks pretty good. Let's see how that is. All right, so we are doing a nice little Paper Mario Paper Mario thing here. So what's happening is that at the end of it we have apparently changed it back to negative. So I'm just gonna do the thing here and do that thing as well. And that should be it. Now we should have a mirrored version of the animation. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay. So this is the mirrored one. Ending record. And we're gonna set this in here. So this is the low-hi fight animation mirrored 2. That should be it. Let's go say hi to our little friend. Let's go say hi to our little friend. I am really struggling with English today. Alright, so where are we going? Network manager. I am not seeing my network manager. Hello? Oh, there it is. Alright. Network manager, we're going for low-hi. Let's go. Restaurant Morton, Helsinki. Definitely not going there again, but it seems to have good reviews and has been operating many years, so maybe I was just really unlucky. What did you have? I think it's important to kind of like talk about the food as well. What did you have? Ooh. Progox is having some pizza. I don't need that shit right now. I am feeling hungry already. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Are you someone who is getting food poisoning often? Like we're talking about like fairly often? Because I think some people are like really unlucky with their guts. Like it seems like some people are like constantly getting food poisoning. And I think it boils down to the fact that they are just more sensitive to that kind of stuff. But if somebody never gets food poisoning and then they get food poisoning, that's when I you know, like think about it more. Yes, we got the new animation. All right, so we're just gonna dye to her. All right. So let's try to attack her. Yeah. It's looking really good, dude. There it is. All right. So everything seems to be working. Everything seems to be working, so I'm just getting out of here. JK, I have a lot of stomach issues. Nasibi, good day. Nice to see you again. Nasibi's been pretty active lately. Let's do some items. Okay, so I just typoed it. Let's give ourselves some food. All right, so I think she was good. We're just gonna go ahead and push that. Low-hi now has a proper attack animation. Did a mirrored version and put it in place. Nice. Progress is being made. I had a burger and fries. Burger had medium burger patty. Oh shit. Oh shit. So do you think it was the burger? Like the actual, you know, like the patty? Or was it where there's some salad or something inside? Not at all. I've been like 10 years since I last got one. I never really think what to eat. All right, so you're not one of those persons who constantly are food poisoned. So I'm gonna like consider you to be more of a reliable source. Because some people do get food poisoning from just like looking at salad. And why salad? Well, salad is the number one. I think it's like literally like in the top 3 of like bacteria. I think some of those, you know, like sprouts or whatnot, I think they are kind of like the number one kind of like food poisoning thing. So we're talking about like fresh produce. Kind of like, I think it's sprouts, like herneen versot. Sprouts. Is it sprouts? Is it? Yeah, exactly. Like this is supposedly kind of like the number one food poisoning thing. Yeah. So if your restaurant food has this, I would probably steer away from that. I hear salad is kind of like top 3. Minced meat should always be fully cooked. It can have bad bacteria on it. Yeah, I don't know which ingredient I got it from. Pretty low on energy at the moment due to marathon gaming session during the week and playing the Dune beta. Oh, man. Feels good, man. How do you like the game? How do you like the game? They are just weaker humans, JK. I have a lot of stomach issues. Hey, alright, so that works. Now we have Ayatar, so let's put Ayatar's attack animation. So big shout out to Ilomsky, guys. If you wanna help me support him with more love, more money, you can donate. So if you donate to my channel now, it goes into him straight. No cuts, no middlemans from me. You know, I'm not the middleman anymore. So let's go to the boss. We're going to Ayatar. I think I should probably delete some of these Ayatars. There's 4 of them. Let's see which one is the one spawning in the game. Ayatar, so it's the boss 2. So we don't probably need the boss 1 now, do we? If we go inside here, yeah, Ayatar 2 is the one inside here. So I think this might be a mistake, but I'm gonna delete these 2 game objects. The hell I am. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That has potential of fucking up the sync between my server and client. I'm not gonna do it now. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do the same mistake. I'm gonna steer away from deleting anything from the game. Okay, so we have the reanimated Ayatar here, and let's take a look at her animations. So we're gonna go into animation layouts. Here we have the reference to animator, and we have fight animation mirrored. I think this is the one I did. No, this is actually Ilomsky's. Holy shit, dude. What about the mirrored? Holy shit, dude. Ilomsky's been popping off. Like he has done the mirrored one as well. Like, oh my god. And the X position seems it seems good. Yeah. Holy shit, like guys, if you have spare bucks, like put it into Ilomsky's pocket. Like he's popping off here. He's popping off. Like I love how his workflow has improved. All right, so we have that. Let's take a look at the animator. So we have attack animation mirrored, which is Ayatar fight animation mirror. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's the same one. And then on here we have Ayatar fight animation, which is this. So this is actually correct. This is 100% correct. So there's only one thing left to do, really. And it's the fact that we are gonna go say hi to her in real life or in the game. So we're spawning into Manala. Let's go into this one, and we're just gonna let's go say hi to her. Pretty low on energy. Minced meat should be always fully cooked. I kind of agree, unless you are kind of like, you know, unless you are you know, mincing your own, grinding your own meats, then maybe that's fine. All right, let's see how she is. Oh, she looks a lot more aggro now. She's like bending towards you. That's really, really badass. Okay, so what where's our food? Didn't we have food? Where's the food, man? I lost my food. All right, let's try to attack her. Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, is she gonna? I think she's gonna kill us. Yep. Yep. All right, maybe if I log out, maybe we don't lose the gear. Oh, yeah, so there it is. There it is. So I don't need to do anything for Ayatar. Props to Ilomsky. Honestly, props to Ilomsky. Like he really popped off there. All right, so is there anything kind of like left to do here? So this is kind of like my dev branch now. This is kind of like my dev branch now. I think we're gonna do one more branch. So basically, I'm gonna go ahead and discard this one. So, okay, my VS Code is just like, all right, we're loading. What the fuck are you loading, brother? What the hell are you loading? Can you just, all right? Like, what is wrong? Okay, so we have stage changes. No, we don't. Discard. Discard. All right, so we have 2 changes. Let's push these. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do another branch. This is gonna be called dev. So this is, I think we should have a good kind of like workflow here that I think we should, you know, like we should steer towards like better branch control. So what we're gonna do is we're basically gonna have like this dev branch, which is where we push everything that we're working on. So this is kind of like the active development branch. So this is what we're doing. And then we have master, which is kind of like the you know, like proven and tested changes. So this is what we're doing. And this is gonna, like, the dev is gonna be put into master, like so. And then from the master, we are going to be pulling into production. So we're gonna have like client production. And this is where we are gonna pull the actual shit. And this is where we do our official releases. And then we also have server branch, which I'm a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know like how to handle the server branch yet, but I think these are gonna be the same. These are gonna be much more of the same until I know what I'm doing. But this is gonna be the development cycle now. This is gonna be the development cycle, and I think it's really close to what we had in our company where I was working. All right, so now we have dev, we have the master. Now, what I'm gonna do is I am going to change into the client's production and pull this in there. So I can show it to you. I think that I'm like really close to getting another Git solution. Like, I think I'm really close to like switching over to the freaking source tree or something, because I think this VS Code plugin, it kind of sucks. Like it really kind of blows. It really kind of blows. Like I noticed that whenever I want to do something a little bit more sophisticated or like a little bit more custom, like let's say I want to revert a commit, or let's say I want to reset my branch to some commit, I gotta hop into Git Bash. I gotta hop into the console to do that, because this freaking plugin, it doesn't let me do anything. So I'm gonna check out to Git CLI. Which one is that? So I'm gonna go into client production, and then I'm gonna pull from the dev or the master. It doesn't really matter. I'm pulling from dev. Oh, they want you go Git Bash. All right. Yeah, it's kind of like, I think you kind of like need to familiarize yourself with the bash before you can move on to the more sophisticated ones, you know? So you know where you're coming from. But it, like, I'm not gonna like, I think it's still kind of, it's kind of like slow and hard to use sometimes. So we're gonna sync the changes. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. Do we need to do anything about this? No, I think this is probably gonna be fine. Well, let's actually, before we push, let me see if everything's working. So here on this branch, we don't have the self-host option. Here we actually have basically everything intact. It's hard on Windows because the Windows CLIs are just so bad. I don't use it on Windows either. I get it. All right, so let's see. So here we have some client-server connection things. I'm gonna try to prevent from showing those all that much. So let me just hide myself for real quick so I don't leak anything. Making sure that we have things under control. Yeah, everything seems right. Everything seems right. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it. So we did the animation changes, we didn't do much others. What else do we... Can we see the fucking Pro Builder changes? What? I don't know. I don't want to change you guys right now. So is there like a... Like this is another thing like I'm not a huge fan of. Like, is there on the VS Code Git plugin, like I would love to see these changes. Like, can I see them somewhere? Show Git output. Clone. Okay, so I just pressed the sync by accident. Like, I don't think there's a way to see what I did. Like, I really liked when, like, on Riders, when I worked with Rider for 2 years, and the Riders Git plugin, whenever you were pushing, it showed the commits and what they had inside. Like, I think this is where, like, all right, so you're just syncing. Like, you don't really like see what you're syncing. Kimson, I did. We are gonna get to that next. We have a bug, and we're gonna be working on it next. So basically, let's do another paint. I like paint projects, so yeah, here we go. Kimson, by the way, I'm thinking of doing a closed beta test, closed demo test on Wednesday. Can you join? You can try out the game whenever you can after after I've published it. But I would love people to be kind of like joining in, so we can kind of like test how much it costs for the server and stuff. Mixal, I think you see unsynced commits in graph in bottom. Mixal, that's helpful. I think I gotta test it up. VS Code plugin for Git is so bad I never bothered to even open the tab. Maybe try GitHub Desktop. I'm not a huge fan of the desktop. I tried it for some time. I think what I'm gonna probably start using is the source tree. That's what our boss used at my previous company. It's quite powerful. I'm not like I wasn't 100% fan of it, but it beats the hell out of this one. Kim-san, let's go, dude. How are you? I saw you were looking for a pixel artist, so that's awesome. All right, so we have a bug. We have a bug for minerals. So the minerals, basically how it should work. How it should work is that let's say we have a mineral here. This is a red mineral, right? This is a beautiful mineral, and player here tries to interact with it. So what happens on client side is that we read the network variable. So here's a network variable called harvestable, and the client reads that value, and we're like, all right, so if it is harvestable, then we're gonna send a server RPC to try to harvest, try to harvest. This is basically how it should work. And then we're gonna be like, all right, so then the try to harvest it's a server call. Try to harvest. Then what happens here is that we're gonna basically be like, all right, so this player is trying to harvest. We are going to do the thing, so we're gonna like go into harvesting manager. We have harvesting manager, and it's gonna do the thing. It's gonna do its thing, you know. It's gonna add if we have any items to give, if we succeeded, if we failed, you know the gist. And then it basically it sets the like set harvestable value. This is kind of like the method it's calling. And what this method does, it basically sets the harvestable to false. Harvestable false, like so. And then we start a coroutine to reset it. Reset harvestable. All right, so this is the logic. I ran out of space. I ran out of space. So this is what we do. And what should happen is on client, we are subscribing to on harvestable changed. So basically the client is subscribing to this network variable change, so that when the server changes it to false, we are gonna set the material into, you know, like gray. We're gonna set the material gray, or we do you know, the harvestable material. This is what's supposed to happen. I can't read. I can't write. Yeah, there it is. So that's the logic. But currently, what's happening is that on client, it's always harvestable. And when I click it, we are doing the RPC call. And we are getting the material, or we're getting the mineral, and we are never seeing it go false. That's basically what happens. That's what happens. And I have a bad feeling of why that is. Is it because of the coroutine? Is it because of some other logic is getting lost somewhere? I don't know. But what is evident is the fact that the server doesn't change the value of the harvestable, or if it does, it's not networked. So those are kind of like the options that I can think of. So we need to do some testing. We need to do some testing. So what I'm thinking is that I am gonna minimize the variables here. I'm gonna go ahead and put. Okay, so this might be a mistake. This may be a mistake. Let me see. All right, so there's nothing in the gits. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and disable all the minerals in the game, and I'm just gonna have one of these guys active, and I am gonna go ahead and move this motherfucker into the start. So this is gonna be our testing rock. You're gonna be there. And let's see that everything's kind of like working. So we have the black mineral there. We have a distributable ownership. That's probably right. We have mining level requirements. We have the on cooldown material, which is the gray. And we have the black mineral material for the harvestable. All right. Then we have the script, mining mineral intact. Let's take a look at the script. So basically when it's spawning for clients or servers, we are checking the mesh renderer. We are checking the materials. We are subscribing to the value stage change. So this happens for both the server and the client. I'm not sure if the server needs to know about it though. What happens inside here? So on harvestable chains, we're doing the material change. I don't think we need to do that on the server. So what I'm thinking is this could actually be his owner check. So I think this could be, I think we could only subscribe to its own owner. I don't know if server really cares. And then basically if we are spawning on the server, then we're gonna set it to true by default. That's how it works. Delayed initial visuals, yield return null on harvestable chains. Well, what is this? Delayed initial visuals, yield return null on harvest. Wait 1 frame before applying material based on synced value. Okay. I don't know if this is needed. I don't know if this is needed. I don't know if that's needed. Maybe it's for the clients to kind of like catch up on the value or something. I'm good, thanks. Been polishing the game, currently putting the game into Steam, but been thinking about itch.io. Will you release some kind of map of the game world or let players explore? Right now, I don't think the world is big enough for a map. We do have the kind of like the beta design map. I think that's probably gonna be what players can use, but no, and that's not really something I'm thinking about right now. Maybe the game does require a map later on. I'm gonna be open to ideas. So I'm not sure about that, but I don't think that's gonna be problem. Unharvestable chain. So this is actually gonna call. I think this should probably be for the owners only. I don't think that really makes sense for the server, so let's just skip that for the server. So basically what happens is that the player is going to interact with the mineral. So it's coming here, it's coming to the try to mine. And its harvestable value, so this is so we are checking the bool value. If it's false, then we're gonna be like nothing to harvest. This only gets called if we are not on server, so that should work as far as I'm concerned. And if the value is false, then we are going to return. So you can't spam it as long as the value is false. And then we're doing a tool check. If we don't have the correct tool, then we're gonna return again. And finally, we are doing the mining requests. We're sending in our player network object. So we are doing RPC call to the server. We're gonna try to get the reference out from the server. We didn't get it, we're gonna return. And then we're gonna do the mining request. Player network object, it's gonna return as a success if we succeeded and not if we didn't. I think what we could do here is I'm gonna let add debug, like extensive debug logs into this method for mining entries, please. I'm gonna let GitHub Copilot do some debug logs for me. So this is gonna run only on server, and we're gonna get some extensive information of if this is working. So it's basically going to print out everything, and if we get a success from this mining request, then we are setting the state false. We're going here. If we're not sure we're doing anything. And if harvestable value is, we're setting it to false here. And then if it's false, then we are invoking the reset. I think we gotta add some debug logs here. add some debug logs here in mining mineral as well to debug whether we're hitting these server calls, server-sided methods or not. Kimsona, so what's the plan? What's the plan for your game, and can we see the Steam page? Is it out yet? So here we have some debug logs. Yeah, so that should be it. That should be it, right? And I think I'm gonna do a log here. We're gonna do a log like we're gonna do like harvestable state was this on client. All right, there it is. All right, there it is. So I'm gonna go with these changes. I'm just gonna go ahead and commit this. So added did minor changes on mining mineral, whether some things need to be called on server. Added extensive debug logs to figure out what's wrong with the mining. Steam page is not out. Haven't done any of the steps for that. Once I get image assets, then I will do it. Yeah, I understand that. Currently, the game is playable to end. Damn. Can you tell me about the game? Like, I don't think I know that much. I don't think I know that much. I would love to learn. All right, so we did some shit here. This is gonna be the client version. So next we're gonna go into the server build, server branch. So let's go into server. We're gonna be pulling these changes in here. So we're gonna go pull from client production. It's true, it does take quite a bit at first. I think, like, I don't know about the demo. If you guys have released a demo on Steam, I don't know how long it takes. But I think once you have the Steam page kind of like up and running, then it doesn't take that long to update the art. So I'm kind of like hoping we'll be able to pull it off like by, I don't know, like Thursday or something. And we'll be good to start the demo, open demo next week. All right, so we have that now. Let's see, we probably have wrong. We got a null ref. What is this? What is that? Object reference not set to an object toolbar button right. Excuse me? Our toolbar is fucking cooked. Okay, brother. Let's reboot Unity. You're drunk. Yeah, this is the stuff that makes me worried. This is the stuff that I fucking hate. So, my Unity just decided to summon a new entry into the default network prefabs, and if this list changes from client to server, it causes major issues. So I just fuck. This is probably one of the fucking like most annoying things. This is one of the most annoying things when it comes down to the Unity's NGO, is that it just like decides to add them by itself. I should probably look into it if there's a way to disable that. I think I'm just gonna like I'm gonna fucking revert that. I'm gonna revert that. Fuck you. We're not gonna do that. So let's see here. Do I need to do anything? So we should have only the one rock here, or do we? No. So did I forget to... Okay, so that's a problem. Did I forget to save the kind of like the scene? So we gotta go back. The scene has to match. Let's go back. Steam says you should plan the game or software review to take up to 7 business days. All right, so if we can get the demo kind of like into the state we want during this week, we should be able to pull the demo out by the end of next week. Yeah, all right. So I guess I didn't do the changes now, did I? I didn't do the changes, so that's really good. So what I wanted to do originally was only include this one motherfucker here and disable all the rest. That's what I wanted to do. So I'm gonna revert this change once we get into it. So let's do this properly now. To be reverted. Have only one mineral at the default spawn place. All right. I don't know what's with the pro builder, but it really wants to be included here. So I think we're gonna do that. For some reason the VS Code Gits is like super slow. Like what is going on, dude? What is going on, dude? Is there something wrong? Hello? It's just loading, like what? What's going on? So I can't do anything because it's doing something. Is it because of this? Commit operation was cancelled due to an empty commit. Hello? This is another thing I really don't like, is that if I happen to click on something, it's just like starting to change the terrain. So that's really great. That's really great. Alright, so what the frick is happening? Like, why did it say that I had no changes? I don't know. So, Pro Builder wants to be a part of the Git. Alright, so did we do the changes now? I think we're gonna see. Did we do the changes now? So this is the wrong, this is supposed to be client production. Yeah, I think it's correct. I think it's correct. Alright, let's now change the branch. Now we're going into the server. And we're gonna do some pulling. Pull from client. We're gonna sync these shits. Now we should be good to go. Now we can actually start doing our thing. So this should now look about right. We should have a fairly black scene. Alright, we have a black scene and with the rock is here and the others are disabled. Very good. Very good. So that should be it. And again, this motherfucker wants to be like, what is wrong with you, Pro Builder? More Pro Builder shit. Okay, never mind. It just disappeared. That's the weird. My Git is strong. My Git is strong. All right. So what we need to do is we need to. So basically, I'm gonna show you how this workflow works. So we gotta go into our Linux server build profile, and we're gonna wait for it to do its thing. Yeah. So this is where they kind of like the time runs. Like you're just waiting for these shits to happen. So we're gonna do a build. I think I'm gonna do a new one. As you can see, I've done a couple. So this is gonna be beta test. Beta test, and that's gonna be the executable name as well. We're gonna build, and then we're gonna open our PowerShell console, and this is something I can't show you. But what we're basically gonna do is we are going to be uploading the shit into our server, into our cloud server hosting. So this is the shit. So I need to be calling that basically SCPR, and then we need to do the path. So I think it was called beta test, and we are setting it to our user with the IP, and the name is gonna be beta test. It's gonna ask for my password, and now we are cooking. We are cooking with gas. This shouldn't take long. Now it's up. Basically, it's uploading it. So this is what's happening. It's uploading all the files in the build. And basically, now we should be like, if everything went correctly, we should be able to switch back to our Windows profile. Like while we are waiting for that to happen, we are going back into here to be kind of like ready to test it out. Alright, I'm switching the branch back. We're going back into client production. We're going back, boys, and we should have everything here. Our upload is gonna be done in just a second. So what we gotta do now is we need to make the new folder we uploaded. We need to make it executable to the Linux server. And after we've done it, then we can run it, see if it runs. And then when it runs, then we can try to connect to it. So those are the steps. Those are the steps. So we got a lot of debug logs now. So we're gonna be learning hopefully what goes wrong with the process. Unity debug section is much bigger than it was because of all of our added shits. All right, so we got in. Now we can log in to the server remotely. And what I need to do is head over to the place where the server is. And we are going to mark the folder as executable with this ps aux grep kind of thing. And no, that's actually not it. I remembered that wrong. It's actually the... I remember the command wrong. It's actually chmod /r plus x. That's the correct one. So now it should be executable, and then we are gonna go into the folder and we're gonna do the run command. So we gotta run it manually. And we're gonna run it with some commands so that it doesn't have graphics. So we start with no graphics and batch mode. I don't know much about the batch mode, but you gotta have those so that it doesn't have graphics. And server successfully started. There it is. Okay, so now we actually get to try it. So we are actually going to learn something probably. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do the game plus console here. And I'm gonna try to log in. And hopefully the server will let us know what goes wrong. Alright, I'm logging in as Aatu. We are in. Alright, so that's not a good start. That's not a good start. So what I think we forgot to bake the occlusion mask. But hopefully we'll still be able to press this. Yeah, we can. Harvestable was true. Harvestable was true. So let's see when we are getting a rock. Okay, we got a rock. Let's see what's happening here. So let's go to the start. So this is obviously very beautiful information here. So that's where we saved. So let's check out the fucking console log here. So handle mining request called within player network. Blah blah blah. Mining mineral 0. Yeah, that's about right. Let's go to the next one. Connected players. Yeah. Mining request completed. False. Handle mining request called. Mining request completed. False. Mining request called. Okay, so we succeeded here. So here we returned a true. And then the harvestable called with the state false. So we are doing something right here. So basically we got a success from the mining, and with it we changed the harvestable state of the mining rock into false. So that's correct. Let's see. Harvestable set to false. Scheduling reset. So yeah, this is so we are setting it to set harvestable state. All right. Let's see here. Harvestable state set to false. Scheduling reset. Reset harvestable state called. Resetting harvestable state to true on the server. Okay. So what's wrong with it then? Let's bake the occlusion cooling, so that's obviously fucking everything up. So we need to go into rendering, occlusion culling, and I think we're just gonna bake it again. It's how do we need to do that? Alright, so maybe we did something, I don't know. Let's go see it again. Let's see if we managed to do something. Alright, so we can see our rock again, so that's good stuff. So does it work then? So Okay, so wait. Wait. Okay, we got a rock now. And it is set to false. So this is a client issue. This is a client issue. Yeah. All right, so that is helpful. So it doesn't let us mine it because it's false. So that is helpful. So the server is actually not that bad. Now, what the hell is the issue then? All right, so let's think about it. So it seems like the value or the freaking material doesn't change accordingly. So let's do some, I think what we can do here is check out the mining mineral script. And basically what we should be seeing here is we should be seeing this value, or this kind of like this event. This method should be called unharvestable state changed. So let's see if we are actually coming here or not. Let's see if we are coming here or not. All right, let's see. No. All right, so we cracked it. That's the problem. The question is, why not? Why not are we not? Why are we not coming here? If we're not coming here, that means that we never subscribed. So on network spawn. So the reason must be that this never gets called on client. I'm gonna ask AI. So in my mining mineral scripts, I have the method on network spawn, where I subscribe as the owner / client onto the change of network variable is harvestable. According to my tests, this never gets called, and so forth. It never, so forth. Client never subscribes to the event. The minerals are in-scene game objects, meaning that they are not spawned dynamically. When do the on network spawns get called for in-scene network game objects when clients join in? Is there a logic flaw on my part here? All right, so I rambled on a little bit. So a method is called when a network object is spawned and becomes part of the network. For in-scene place network objects, on network spawn is triggered when the object is initialized as part of the network session. This typically happens when the server starts or when a client connects to the server. In-scene networked object. For an in-scene place network object on network spawn is called on both the server and the client when the object is initialized in the network session. If the client joins after the server has already started, the server synchronizes the state of the in-scene objects to the clients, and on network spawn is called on the client after synchronization. So it should work, right? If your logic to subscribe is harvestable on value chains is gated by its owner, ensure that the client is indeed the owner of the object. Ah, I get it. I get it. But hey, wait, it was... Wasn't it... Oh yeah, I get it. I get it. So yeah, obviously the player doesn't own the mineral. So it doesn't subscribe to the event. Huh. So that could be the issue then. All right, let's log off. I think we can change these in client and not have. I don't think it's a problem. So I think instead of his owner, I think we're gonna do like if we're not server. Right. Yeah. So I don't think we need to call these if we are servers. Let's see if we are getting in here now. Let's see if we are getting here now. Yeah, this is the kind of things that, guys, that is really like mind fucking about this freaking multiplayer logic with the dedicated servers. That I don't know. For me, it's really hard to sometimes understand. Like, okay, so if I do this, then it works very particular way in the multiplayer setting. Like, this is a perfect example of it. So now I think we should get this call here. Yeah, we are. Okay, so let's cut that off. Does it work now? I have a pretty high feeling that it's going to work. I think it's gonna work. Yes! It changed. It changed, motherfuckers. All right, so let's get another guy in. See if it works for the spectator. So I'm gonna build and run. Let's go, guys. People are being quiet. How are you guys doing? How was the Mother's Day? Did you remember your mother? And your mother? I went to the American car show. You can see it on Ahmed News. It was a pretty cool happening. Pretty cool thing, honestly. I'm not the biggest car person. I like to, like, I think some cars are really cool. I do like to drive cars. I think driving cars is fun. I'm not the mechanic guy though. So definitely not my jam. But my son is like really big on cars and toy cars, so that's kind of like the reason we went. He was feeling a little overwhelmed, and maybe it wasn't such a big hit that we thought, but he did say that he liked it, so maybe he did. Maybe he did. American car show. All right, so apparently we are building everything from scratch again. Feels good, man. But I'm really happy. It feels like I cracked the bug. I'm kind of like thinking like, okay, so what was the bug like initially? Because did I really change anything that much? Did I really change anything that much? I don't know. I don't know. Our server still running. There he goes. Beep, 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 beep. I added this heart speed logging into the server because I was feeling really paranoid that it's not actually running. Like it's not gonna tell me when it's you know, like has closed itself or something. So I have this heartbeat log now. I think it like every 30 seconds it prints what time it is and how many players are connected. So that's that. All right, so I don't know what the hell's going on. Like it just started building some fucking URP shit. I'm not feeling very confident about that, but I'm gonna take a bio break. By the way, guys, don't have a Bulldog 3X. It really fucks your guts up. Be right back. Hey, Koivu, good day, good day. Mitä kuuluu Koivulle? Moro, moro. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? We are trying to debug a dedicated server mineral issue. I think I'm feeling confident that we got it, but let's see. So here is our tomato enjoyer. Now if we log in with Petu. Life's going good. Let's go, dude. What's up? What is making you smile? All right, so we have tomato enjoyer, and then we have Petu. So if Petu is gonna do some mining, is tomato enjoyer gonna see it? That's the question. So here we go. Hey, hell yeah! And this guy can't mine either. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's fucking go, dude. So there it is. Now this guy can mine, and this guy should be seeing if the mining goes. Yeah, there it is. Very good. And it's all happening on dedicated server, bitch. Dedicated server, bitch. Does the dueling work? Let's do a pickaxe duel to the death. Duel. Yes. Yes. Pickaxe duel to the death. Tomato enjoyer versus Petu. Who's gonna take it home? Petu has better armor. I just got cold called by someone with great Oulu speech. Ottaisitko nää tappamisen kesäkuun? Tappamisen. Damn right. Damn right. Spoken like a true Oulu person. I don't think there is a thing to stress about right now. Like everything, work, relationships, money. Hey, I'm really happy to hear that, dude. Really happy to hear that. It seems like duel to the death works out. There is the gear. Tomato enjoyer is not seeing any of it. Let's do one more test to kind of like figure out if you can flee. So I'm gonna try to flee here. I'm gonna flee here. And this guy is getting ganked like he's supposed to. There it is. There it is. All right. So in 5 minutes time, Tomato Enjoyer should get his gear back. I set the timer to 5 minutes, I think. So 5 minutes for kind of like respawning this shit. The only stress is when this good period is gonna end. Hey, just try to like cherish it. Cherish it, just like embrace it. Have like enjoy your time. I think that's kind of like an overthinker's parody. Is that paradox? Is that you're gonna like start overthinking about how good things are, and then you're gonna like fuck it up or something. You should just do good things, be a good person, enjoy your stay. You know, it's gonna be good, dude. You have definitely, most definitely, you have earned it. So I am actually feeling really good about that. So I just fixed one of the most prevalent bugs. So what I think we should do is get rid of the debugs. And is there anything else really? So I think it was majority a client issue. Yeah. We should be seeing the item spawn any moment now. So yeah, let's kill some mobs while we're waiting and see if we can kind of like figure out something that's wrong. Let's try to just like figure out if there's something wrong with the game. We are really close to getting to the version where I can invite you guys to join. Iippo is here. Good day, Iippo. How's it going? Mitä kuuluu? Moro, moro, moro. Mukava kun tulit. Moikka. We got a boot. There's one kind of like a bigger bug, which is that you can multi-box in the game right now. So there is nothing stopping you from logging in multiple times, which is obviously not great. I think we're gonna fix it tomorrow. So I'm kind of like thinking. I'm thinking we'll do a public closed demo test session on Wednesday. So mark your calendars if you can make it, guys. On Wednesday we're gonna do some testing. Let's see if I can fish. Does it show to the other person? So if this guy fishes, can we see it? Yeah. Hell yeah. Alright, so the gear should be spawning any moment now. We didn't get any fish, but that's alright. Hey, Narexa! Hey, how's it going? Good day. Just came home from work now. It's gaming time. What have you been playing, Ipa? So, are we getting any fish? Are we getting any fish? Seems to be awfully unlucky. We seem to be awfully unlucky right now. Okay, so we did get a fish, nice. That was just unlucky. Narexa! Got my first tech-related job! Holy shit, Narexa! Congrats! And thank you so much for the big sub.
Got my first tech-related job today, Vaidi Pepo happy.
Let's freaking go, Narexa! Congrats! That's huge. That is huge. It's not easy during this time and era, so congrats, that's huge. And thank you so much for sharing a little bit of that. Just a little bit of that fortune and, you know, good stuff. Really appreciate it. No ads for Narexa. Let me tell you that. No ads for Narexa. So are we... I think the items should be spawning now. I could be mistaken, but I think it should be appearing any moment now. Dyson Sphere program at the moment and Satisfactory. Dyson Sphere program. I don't know that game. It sounds sci-fi space travel. Oh, there it is. My gear is back. So we can loot our gear stuff. We can loot our gear back. Here we go. Here we go. Nice one. Nice one. All right. Here we go. So let's go fight all the enemies in the game and see if they work. And I think we're gonna be good to test it out on Wednesday. I'm just gonna do some polish, some testing tomorrow. We have it might be difficult to fix the multi-boxing issue, so that's something I'm gonna be doing tomorrow. And yeah, we're gonna do a public, not public. Well, it's gonna be public in the sense that I invite you guys to join, but it's gonna be closed. So we're doing invites only testing on Wednesday. So let's do a pin of that. Pin. Closed. Demo testing. Demo/beta testing on Wednesday at 12 PM Finnish time. Be there. Narexa says that I always wanted to give Dyson Sphere program a big, as I'm a big fan of Factoria and Satisfactory. Dyson Sphere program is a factory building simulation with space travel. Ah, I see. So it's an engineer game. I hear engineers love the crap out of those games. So these seem to be working perfectly. Let's see if the salvaging works. So I'm gonna put in my black trident. I'm pressing that. Probably drop them into the ground. I did. So we got a bunch of stuff here. Let's eat one perch. Here we go. Here we go. Let's put stuff into the bank. See if the bank works. Okay, so we gotta... Again, we have the same issue. Didn't we fix this yesterday? Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I actually forgot. I forgot about the fix. So we kind of like did the same oopsie again. So we do have the scroll view here. Let's just put everything in here. Let's just put everything in here. Nice. So we got the scroll view. Awesome, awesome. Let's take the little food we have, and apparently we have better gear, so I'm gonna pick those up. Do I have any other food? Okay, so I don't really have any food, so we gotta be mindful. But I do have better amulets. Yes, it is. There's also combat system and enemies. You can modify how aggressive and hard those are. Wait, there's combat in it too? That's getting a purchase right now. Narexa is already sold. That's Factorio, and my to-do list just needs some need to find time for that. All right, let's see how Kokko birds are. So they are walking. They are walking. Let's see how the attacking is. Boom. The attack animation looks good. Looking good, brother. Yeah, I hear Factorio can really like kill all your time if you're into that into that shit. There we go. Everything is working beautifully right now. Absolutely beautifully. So we don't need to test those guys any harder. This guy is still on, by the way. This looks great. Thank you, Narexa. Yeah, I'm really happy. So now we are now playing on our dedicated server. It's hosted by Hetzner. The server is located in Helsinki, Finland. And honestly, the kind of like the lag and everything, it feels pretty good. I don't know what the ping is. I could probably like figure it out at somewhere, but ooh, we hit for 9. That's awesome. Yes, we got a fish. I need some fish for the Ayatar. Yeah, we're gonna play with everyone who wants to participate. I'm gonna share the build, and you guys get to join. So we're gonna try it out, how it runs, if there's any major bugs. I'm probably not gonna take the server down. So if somebody wants to play it, you know, like on their own time, they are gonna be able to. All right, so it feels like everything is working. Let's see. Awesome. Oh, we got a green sword. That's lucky. All right, let's go say hi to Ayatar. Wait, are things gonna be delayed like RuneScape? I think I remember you talking about this ages ago, but I can't remember if it was yes or no. What do you mean, Narexa? What are you referencing to? There's definitely delays. I am just one man, one vision, barely any knowledge. Let's say hi to Ayatar. Where are you? There she is. There she is. Come here. I wanna fight you. All right, so she got the first hit. Yeah, her animation is looking kind of fire. Nice. Let's just re-attack. Here we go again. Oh shit, she got the first hit. This is gonna be interesting to kind of like figure out, like, is getting the first hit gonna be like, impossible with these guys because of the dedicated server logic. I think I'm doing pretty good here. Come on. I got the first hit. We're gonna fight to the death. You and me, Ayatar. You and me, to the death. I'm not gonna flee. Oh shit. I think I should have fled. I should have fled. Oh man. I should have fled. I definitely... yeah, it was a close one. Famous last words again. Oh shit. Alright, so there is the good old RuneScape Classic and RuneScape Logic, so you can get your gear back in... well, if NPC kills you, the gear is gonna be free for all. So anyone can pick it up. So me included. So I can actually go ahead and go back and try to like get my gear back. So I'm gonna try that. And it's gonna be a good learning experience to see kind of like, is it gonna be doable? Are those bushes from Don't Starve? Yeah, I think we gotta, yeah, they are like, I actually kind of like, I redid them. So they are not like, they're not exactly Don't Starve bushes, but I did have them as reference. And I think I did a little bit too, okay, so that rock doesn't look right. Okay, so that's a little awkward. That's a little awkward. So, but I think it's a little too close, you know. I did them, I redid them, but it's not, you know, unique enough. I should probably do them again so to avoid, you know, kind of like copying claims. All right, so where did I die? Where did I die? That is the question. Okay, there's my gear. She's protecting them. She's guarding my stuff. All right, I think I'm gonna stay here and wait until she moves. I have 5 minutes. Okay, so that was weird. That was weird. Let's see how she. I think she's gonna come this way real quick and real soon. All right, there she comes. Let's give her some space. All right, here we go. This is our shot. Do we get our gear back? We're going for it. We're going. Come on. My gear. Yes. Fuck yeah, I got my stuff back. I think that's a cool mechanic, I really do. And you might like stumble upon some dead guy's gear as well. So I think it's a cool feature. But yeah, there it is. Alright, so I think that worked perfectly as well. Let's go say hi to Louhi. And if Louhi works, I think we're gonna be good, guys. I think we're gonna be good. There's some issues, obviously, concerning some of these 2D assets. Some of them are kind of clipping. But it's nothing too serious. We're talking about a demo after all. I really want to prove to myself and to others that the game is enjoyable already with the demo. So that's kind of like the goal of the demo. The goal of the demo is not to monetize, it's not to become rich. It's to kind of like make people interested in the project and hopefully get some eye pairs and people kind of like involved in the streams and the development. So that's my goal for the beta. We have 2 more mobs that we gotta try out. Fishing. There is fishing already. It's very bare bones. This is the supporter statue. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys. You guys get to test it out later. Okay, I'm fully sold. Let's go, Narexa. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. I think we, if I hadn't already, I think we gotta add Narexa into the supporter page. All right, let's see how the boys of Tuonela are doing. So there's a couple of berry bushes here as well. What do you guys think the berries respawn time should be? What do you guys think it should be? So here are the boys. Boys, I'm coming to town. Nice. Ish. Ish. They are hitting quite hard.